Hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Jess and I'm so glad that you guys are joining me because today we are going to be creating another stat page in my Reading Bujo. So for my new viewers, welcome, and my returning viewers, welcome back. If you guys want to plan with me as we chat books and chat how August went, then grab your stuff and let's get started. So I have for August my top one and top two books. I have my bookshelves. These were actually um, these are actually designs from a books read bookshelf that I created, and I just basically trimmed it down so then that way I could be able to have two smaller shelves. I have my notes for like what books for like my little pie chart, and I have the notes for my books and the pages read. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and do pen for my pie chart, and I'm going to go ahead and use like my little measuring tool just so then that way I can try to get as nice of a pie chart as possible. That works for me. Now I tend to read like for my books, I tend to read romance, like a horror slash thriller, and fantasy. I do not consider I don't track YA because a lot of the YA fall within the romance because you do have YA rom-coms. If I was to read just like a regular fantasy, obviously I would do that, but primarily I tend to read romance, fantasy, horror, and thriller. So I actually read 18 books. Out of those 18 books, 16 of them were romance. One was fantasy, one was horror. So this is going to be fun because I have to figure out what is going to be the easiest way to do this. I kind of feel like, like this right here. Okay, so if I'm looking at 18 books, then this is going to be 9. And then half of 9 is 4.5. So I feel like I need to do about that much. And then this is that. Wow, that's kind of, I don't know. I'm just gonna laugh about. I'm just gonna laugh about it. Honestly, we're gonna go ahead and take a pink. This is a pink Tombow. I'm pretty sure that this is like the same color that I think this is the same color that I use every single time. Now I will admit I hate coloring this in because I just don't think like when I color it, I really don't think that it looks that good. I clearly need a lot more practice when it comes to coloring. All right, fantasy, we are going to do a green. And then horror, we are going to do a gray. I like using gray for the horror. Horror, thriller, I'm pretty sure like I use those terms interchangeably. So romance, clearly I need to change my reading genre. Okay, let's go with, I'm actually going to mark it as a thriller. I like thriller better than horror. And then fantasy. Love it. This makes me happy. Perfect. That is one thing done. Next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put on my bookshelves. So out of the 18 books that I read, I apparently read like I had a really good month of reading for in terms of books that I really, really loved. So 18 books. One of those was a 3-star. And then I had 9 4-stars. Oh, shoot. 6 5-stars. I don't think I've ever really had that many 5-stars before in one month. Maybe I have. And then I had 2 books that were 10 stars. And 10 stars to me means that the book is just literally everything. Like, I'm going to make it become my whole personality. I'm going to reread this book a bajillion times, that sort of thing. And the 2 10 stars are actually the books that I'm picking for my highlight books. Those are like my absolute top favorite books of the month. So, oh my goodness, I probably should have just done the outline of this, but I didn't. I really wasn't paying attention. So we're going to put this one right here. I love my little bookshelves. Like, it just makes me happy. I kind of prefer the look of these ones, but I still love these. Okay, and now for my top books, we have The Rom-Com by Devin Daniels, and we have Late Bloomer by Maisie Eddings. And, you know, I'm actually kind of surprised that I didn't have Tilly and Technicolor as one of my top books for... Anyways, a lot of books that I read by Maisie Eddings have basically become like top books for me. And that actually may have been like when I read Tilly and Technicolor, that may have been an April book. And April was kind of like really, really cruddy. Like, I don't like April at all. I really like what I've been doing for May through August so far. And yes, I think I have said this like a bajillion times. I need to go back and do January through March. And I need to go back and redo April. So, yeah, I need to make those a priority. And I'm not. Okay, let's go ahead and grab a gray. I really, really like the gray for doing like a background color. So there's that. Before I do any kind of wording, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write August stats. Let's see if I can get this like really fancy. Okay, that doesn't look that great, but whatever. I don't like this right here. Hold on. Let me not break that. All right, I'm going to attempt to white this out and redo that S. That looks kind of a little bit better. I still don't love it. I hate it. Sorry, guys. I'm going to try to fix that again. And we're just going to do like a regular S. Okay, that looks better. We're done. All right, no, actually, we got to do books and pages. What I would love to do, and this is probably something that I will need to do maybe for 2024, I want to do stats where I look at how many between physical books, Kindle books, and audiobooks. What does that look like? Okay, so 18 books, and 5,210 pages. And then the last thing that we need to do is now coloring these in. So we have these. I'm trying to kind of think. So this is 10. This is 5. That's 4. And this is 3. What are these two? What are these two and 4? Okay. I'm going to leave them in there because I have literally no idea why they are in there, but I'm not going to mess with it. Okay. So now when I did the when I printed and cut out the bookshelf, I actually went ahead and numbered all of the books, so then that way I know exactly what color to do. So there is my single 3-star. Purple is my 10 stars. This is going to go down here. And then this one right here. And then we have my 5. Let's go ahead and do those. And also, I will be giving, at the very end of this video, I will be giving a sneak peek for the pages that I have so far for my reading journal. These are printables that I'm creating to not only use for 2024, but I'm also looking to open up an Etsy shop as well. So I've been like trying to kind of give like little sneak peeks here and there. It has, I think I've only given like maybe one sneak peek. I'll have to go back and look at my videos. So I do have a couple sneak peeks for this one. All right, and then 4 stars are the last. And just so you know, when I was picking out the colors for like my star rating, I 100% chose colors for each one kind of based on like my favorite colors. So 10 star was purple because my absolute favorite color is in fact purple. And then I like pinks, and then blues, and then greens, and then 2 star is yellow because I'm not really a huge fan of yellow. I like it sometimes. And then 1 star is gold because I hate gold. And 1 stars I will give to a book if I either DNF'd it, which DNF I tend to just not like. I only give those stars when I'm doing like NetGalley feedback, because I'm not going to tell them I'm just not going to give feedback at all. I will give feedback. I try to be very respectful about it, but I do not update Goodreads with my books that I DNF. I just don't. Mainly because I think it adds to my book's read total. And I don't really, like, I don't want that to go up just because of books that I'm DNFing. All right, so these are all done. I'm leaving these 2 blank. I know I mentioned this in a previous video where I really didn't know. And as of now, I think I'm going to be leaving them blank. I may go in and fill them in with gray, but I really just kind of have to decide. Okay, so now I am going to go ahead and put in for the rom-com and late bloomer, just kind of fill that in. But basically, rom-com, it reminded me, it is by Devin Daniels. It comes out in November, I believe. My book club actually got this one as part of a traveling arc from the author directly. So it is about someone who basically she starts doing like all of these tips that women got when they were looking to date in like the 1940s and 50s and 60s. So it's kind of like a really fun take on um, how to lose a guy in 10 days. Just kind of like that same idea. Like it's an absolutely phenomenal book. Um, it reminded me of like the 90s rom-com that came out. Like the rom-com movies that came out. That's what it reminded me of. And then Late Bloomer is about, it's a sapphic romance, so both female. And one of them wins $500,000 from the lottery and she decides she wants a fresh start. She finds somebody selling a flower farm on Facebook Marketplace, so she buys it. Turns out that it was kind of like a con almost. But the person who's living there, it was her mom who sold it and she didn't realize it because they couldn't find the will to it. So it's kind of about these two people who they basically just fall in love. You know, like they're both living on this farm. One is the actual rightful owner, the other one bought it. And it was a really, really, really good book. So highly recommend it. And it comes out actually in April of next year. I was super excited by this one, so I had to read it right away. All right, so we are done with my August page. Love it. Makes me so, so happy. Now let's go on to the sneak peek. So this notebook is kind of like where I'm putting in all the printables as I print them out. Now these are not the finalized versions. These may still have like very minor changes to it. But we start out with my books read. And the way that I'm kind of intending this to be used is very similar to how I have my bookshelves now, where I have the bookshelf and it's kind of like trimmed down Dutch door style. So I have a couple pages and then that way you can always see the header and then we have the full page. Next, we have my yearly book challenge or like a yearly reading challenge. I have a 25, a 50, and a 100 page. And then I have it both as numbered and an unnumbered version. So then that way, like if you think your goal is to read 100 books and then you actually end up exceeding that, it's just really easy to print out the unnumbered version, trim it down, especially if you wanted to have it like a Dutch door style, and then put it with it. And then we have my to be read bookshelf. So this is meant to look like an actual bookshelf and you can write in your TBR list. And then I also have a monthly TBR list. And this is like one that really, really is exciting to me because it is Dutch door style. So you have January through March, April through June, July through September, October through December, and you can just be able to write in the books that you want to read that month. This can also be used for a books read. So I will create some that have a different header. And I will also have like blank versions that don't have a header. So in that way people can create their own header. But you can be able to put in the books that you actually read each month. And that would be like a really fun way to look at it. But yeah, so I have those 4 so far. Yeah, I'm super, super excited about this. Let me know your thoughts so far. I really cannot wait until I have like everything created and everything printed out and I have it all put together because it is going to be phenomenal. Okay, guys, I have been talking so much. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below any thoughts you have. Thank you guys so much. Thumbs up, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and enjoy the next video.